Hello, this is Eddie from AppSheet, here to help you build a mobile app with a QR and barcode scanner in just a few minutes. Here you can see that I've pre-populated a simple spreadsheet for inventory management. Our column headers, which should always be located in the first row, include name, category, image, available, time-checked, unit price, inventory value, order quantity, and barcode. Of course, depending on your use case, you could just as easily make a barcode app that makes use of property, employee, driver jobs, customer orders, or any other data that you could put on a spreadsheet. So if you'd like to get started building your app, you can go ahead and copy this same sample data set in the description below. There are two ways to start building your app on AppSheet. You could start with your AppSheet add-on, or you could start for free on the appsheet.com website. If it's your first time building an app, AppSheet will of course ask you to register for an account and authorize your data to be accessed through the AppSheet platform. So from here, we'll start with a new app. We'll start from our own data, and we'll call this barcode app. We'll choose our data set. In this case, we're using Google Sheets, but you could just as easily use Excel and Dropbox, Box, Office 365, Smartsheet, Salesforce, or SQL. So here you can see that AppSheet has taken its first attempt at reading our data from the spreadsheet and configuring that into a functional mobile and web app. For purposes of keeping this video short, I'll gloss over the vast majority of AppSheet's features and functionalities to focus on creating a simple core barcode experience. We'll start with our tables section of the data tab. And here you can see that we have our inventory table, and we're going to go ahead and allow adds and deletes. And so now we can add and delete rows of data directly from our app into our spreadsheet. Here in the column section, you can see that AppSheet has done its best attempt at identifying what type of data each of these columns represent. So one thing of special note is for our barcode column right here, we're going to need to make this either a text or a reference data type in order to work with barcodes. So we're going to call this text, and we're going to go over to this checkbox, and we are going to go down to other properties and allow this to be scannable. So just like that, we will soon be able to scan barcodes from our app. Now let's jump over to our UX. And we don't really need a calendar view, and so I'm going to go ahead and delete this view. Now you can see that we have our one inventory view left. Now I'm going to go ahead and group this by category, and I will sort this by name. Just add a little bit of structure to the app. We'll add a display icon. Let's use a box. And we will save our view. If we were going to put more effort into our app, we could change our branding with a new icon, background images, create special formatting rules, add various actions, workflows, and reports. If you want to see a full version of this app, go ahead and visit our How to Make an Inventory App YouTube video, which will also be in the description section, and you'll get a sense of all of these. But for now, let's jump over. We'll skip through security as well. Here you can see that we have enabled user sign-on. You could also make this a public app. And once we are ready to go, we're going to go ahead and run a deployment check. And despite a few warnings about not having customized descriptions and launch icons, we're going to go ahead and move our app to a deployed state. So now I want to give you a sense of what this looks like on an actual device. So here you can see that I have my personal smartphone. I'll jump into my email, and here I'll see my install link, and I'll go ahead and install my barcode app. On iOS, go ahead and use Safari. If you're on an Android device, go ahead and use Chrome to install your app. Now we'll go ahead and install. If you haven't downloaded the AppSheet app, it'll of course first prompt you to download the AppSheet app. We can also create a shortcut. We'll add this to our home screen. There you can see we have our barcode app. And so now here you can see we have our barcode app with our inventory view. We could tap into any of these and we could see the associated inventory. We could edit and change this. But one thing I do want to show you is the barcode in action. So let's say we wanted to add a new stock keeping unit of inventory. So we'll go ahead and hit the plus button, follow the prompts, call this oatmeal. Now we'll take a quick photo. Let's say we have 100 units. And keep in mind, with all of this data, we could easily create formulas to help us generate things like inventory value from our quantity and unit price. But for purposes of this app, we're just focusing on the barcode aspect. And so finally, in the barcode section, we'll go ahead and tap the icon. And you can see we have a barcode scanner, and I'm going to go ahead and access the QR code that I just created. And so just like that, we have saved a new SKU of inventory with oatmeal. And that is how you create a mobile app with a QR or barcode scanner with AppSheet. So let us know what you think. We'd love to hear from you in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And know that you can get started building your first step anytime by following the links in the description or heading over to appsheet.com. Thank you so much for watching.